Of course, bringing a casino to Terre Haute continues to be a big topic of conversation, and many people are wondering about the impact of such a facility on the area.
That's right. Some people are all in on the casino, while others are already calling it a bust. Photographer Bob Bruce and I decided to make our own investment in this conversation, traveling to a nearby community to see how the presence of a casino has affected the people there.
This is, in my opinion, one of the biggest gaming bills maybe in the history of Indiana.
Gaming matters. That's the subject of Senate Bill 552, a piece of legislation that could bring a casino and all its effects to Vigo County. But just how much can gaming matter to one community? To find out, we visited one of the closest casinos to Vigo County in French Lick, where many locals feel the casino helped bring the town back to life.
This was one of the poorest, most underemployed counties in the state before the renovation. Now we've got an economic lifeline that employs around 1,700 people, both full and part-time, at peak season.
Aside from an influx of jobs, tax revenue has the potential to greatly benefit a community. According to the Indiana Gaming Commission, Riverboat gaming taxes contributed to over $46 million in local funds in fiscal year 2018, an increase of nearly 10% from 2017. Local leaders in French Lick say that revenue has greatly improved quality of life.
I don't think there's any question about that. You know, the quality of life, the availability of jobs. I mean, almost everywhere you look right now, everybody's got a help wanted sign on their door. So before we were one of the highest unemployment rates in the state, and that's not the case anymore. Basically, we've revitalized the whole town.
We have a new facility here, a new town hall, new fire department, police station. We have new vehicles. We've doubled our manpower, and French Lick likewise.
Improving the overall state of French Lick and West Baden has in turn brought in tourists from throughout the state and beyond.
A 4 to 5 hour driving range is what we typically get guests coming for a long weekend or a few days stay throughout the week.
A recent fiscal impact statement estimates 800,000 to 1.1 million patrons visiting a Vigo County casino. But the key to understanding French Lick's economic and tourism success is to understand that it doesn't come solely from the presence of a casino.
Casinos are not the panacea they once were because we're taking that pie, and as we add and move casinos and the racinos coming online, Ohio legalizes gambling, Kentucky now has the Derby City gaming. So as we cut it up more and more and more into smaller pieces, the economic impact of an individual casino is going to be lessened just by pure mathematics. Could it help? Sure. Is it a cure-all? No guarantees.
People will come to check out the casino because it's brand new, but I think you need other attractions to keep bringing them back.
There are people in Vigo County who find a casino to be the opposite of an attraction. Local pastor Dennis Tyson says he lived near the casinos in northern Indiana and saw a lack of the economic boom advertised.
If the promise of the casino is that all this money is going to come into the community, they've not seen that happen in any stretch of the imagination.
In French Lick, leaders say negative tones have changed in recent years.
At first there was opposition, I mean, but that since went away. I mean, you don't hear anybody that's objected after they see what all it's brought the community. I mean, not hardly anybody objects anymore.
But Tyson says a casino in Vigo County, while alluring, is a misguided way of improving the community.
A casino, from a city standpoint, from a moral standpoint, is just poor stewardship of the resources that we have.
52 heads to the Senate floor next week for a vote, and then if it passes there, it will head over to the House.
Still a long ways to go in the legislative process, but right now the process is moving forward. Thank you, Nicole, for that report.